My dear students of Standard 9, welcome back to my today's online class. Today I am here to discuss on a new topic. Hope that you all are safe and sound by the blessings of Almighty Allah. Today I am going to discuss a new topic, that is the earthquake. So first of all, we have to know the concept of earthquake, that is general concept of earthquake. So simply, what is earthquake? Earthquake is one of the natural disasters. Then this tendency of earth is observed almost in a number of countries and regions of the world. And this earthquake is held liable for lots of devastation in human civilizations. It is supposed that approximate 15 million people died caused by earthquake over the last 4,000 years ago. So, let's know about the plate tectonic theory, because the earthquake and volcanic eruption we know by the plate tectonic theory. So, what is plate tectonic theory? In previous class you know, plate tectonic is a scientific theory describing the large-scale motion of 7 large plates and the movements of a large number of smaller plates of Earth's lithosphere. And you know that the Earth plates situated beneath the lithosphere, and the earthquake and volcanic eruption can be explained by the plate tectonic theory. And here follow the Earth major plates. Here the black color plates denotes the 7 major plates: Pacific plates, European plate or Eurasian plate, African plate, North American plate, South American plate, Indian, Australian plate. As Bangladesh is situated in Asia continent, so we have that the geographical location with the two neighboring countries, India and Myanmar, and at the periphery of this Indian and European plates, Bangladesh is situated. So now come to the point, what is plate? The basic conception of this theory is based on the findings that the lithosphere below the earth is separated into many portions or parts. These are called plates, and these plates are in floating condition over a region of mantle zone. You know, the interior portion of the earth is divided into 3 zones: core, mantle and the lithosphere. So plates are situated in the zone of lithosphere, and these plates are floating condition over the region of mantle zone. Where one plate is contact with another plate, that area becomes more prone to earthquake and volcanic eruption occur. So we know what, these plates are displaced by few centimeters per year toward any direction, and sometimes also these plates moves away from one another. Again, sometimes they come close to one another, and even sometimes these plates move up or down by few millimeters per year. So what is earthquake? The definition, actual definition, what is earthquake? Sometimes some parts of the earth's surface get an unexpectedly shake for some regions. The quake turns to severe state from its very tender state, which normally lasts for few seconds, and such sudden and momentary vibration of the surface of earth is called earthquake. Simply we can say a sudden violent shaking of the ground, typically causing great destruction as a result of movements within the earth's crust or volcanic action. So owing to some natural causes, some parts of the earth crust vibrates for a while, and this vibration is called the earthquake, and this vibration may be either violent or mild. Now we will know why and how earthquake occur. Simply, two major part here. An earthquake is caused by a sudden slip on a fault. This fault is the chuti or fatal. And another one, the tectonic plates are always slowly moving, but they get stuck at their edges due to friction. When the stress on the edge overcomes the friction, there is an earthquake that releases energy in waves, that is the which waves, that is convectional stream within the earth. And there is an earthquake that releases energy in waves that travel through the earth crust and cause the shaking or jolt that we feel. Here one thing, the earth surface is being transformed through different natural process, and the scientists resolved that heat from the radioactive substance is dispersed beneath the earth crust, and this heat being amazed causes the convectional stream within the earth, and there generates a strong force that is the earth agitating force, ভূ আন্দোলন or ভূ আলোড়ন জনিত শক্তি, which cause the agitation and metamorphosis, that means change at different parts of the crust, and such metamorphosis within the crust by the internal force takes place either in sudden course or in slow course, thus earthquake occur. Now what is focus? That is, the originating place of the earth is known as the focus. Here we will know the focus and epicenter, also the fault and the seismic wave. The location of the earth's interior from where the earthquake originates is called the center or focus, and the spot on the earth surface vertically overlying the focus is called the epicenter. Follow here, this is the center. The region within the interior side of the earth where an earthquake is formed is called the focus or center, and this is the spot on the earth surface vertically overlying the focus. That is the name of the outer surface of earth at just above the focus is called epicenter. And we have to know one thing, that is the intensity is vibration. The intensity of vibration is the highest at the epicenter. So the focus of the earthquake lies within about 32 kilometers inside the earth, and the intensity of vibration is the highest at the epicenter, and this intensity gradually decreases while it is spreading out from the epicenter. And this one is fault, and here the seismic wave. Now what is seismic wave? Follow here, what is seismic wave? This is focus, this is epicenter. Here makes the fault, and seismic waves are the vibration or waves of energy created by rock fracture from earthquake that travel through the earth surface. And in what is seismology? And we know the subject which deals about the earthquakes and seismic waves. And we will know the seismograph also here, the instrument for recording seismic waves from earthquakes. It is the seismograph. These sensitive seismographs, which greatly magnify these ground motions, can detect strong earthquake from source anywhere in the world. So previously seismograph used a lot, now Richter scale is using at a large scale. What is the causes of earthquake? While searching the possible regions for earthquake, the scientists noticed that some regions of the world are earthquake prone, and in this zone the new mountain range are situated. Their idea is that earthquake take place when any sudden jolt stimulate the earth all along the detachment or rock or crack of the foundation rock. Follow here, if for some regions or unavoidable circumstances there is a sudden collapse of some large piece of boulders from hills or mountains fall upon the crust of earth, earthquake is felt. Besides, earthquake also take place on account of major dislocation or folding of rock for some regions in the interior of the earth. Next, the earth crust also shakes because of the change in the layers of rocks in the earth's interior in order to protect the balance of weight when the interior contracts for radiation of heat. So earthquake also takes place when magma of a volcano or lava of a volcano comes out of the interior side of the earth, and when the earth crust gets compressed by dispersing heat, crack of plate is created in order to maintain consistency of the load at the rock level down the interior portion of the earth. And if the pressure of gas stored in the earth's interior is too much, it thrusts the lower part of the earth crust and earthquake is felt. Besides, earthquake occurs due to the reduction of pressure in earth's interior, volcanic eruption, tremendous pressure from the upper layer, breakdown of caves and mines, and influence of glaciers and the leaking of surface water into the earth's interior. So the scientists have identified major two regions of earthquake. Firstly, what happened? The crack that is created in the earth crust due to collision within the plates causes earthquake, and secondly, an earthquake takes place when magma diffuses inside or below the earth. We know magma diffuses inside the earth and lava comes out or remain in a pressure free state towards the deviation line. Next one, why the earthquakes occur in Bangladesh. Bangladesh is situated for its geographical location at the periphery of Indian and European plates, and for this region it has been in an earthquake prone region. An earth agitating force is active in Bangladesh for her earth's category and the internal structure. That's why the country remains in an active earthquake zone, and thus earthquake is a common phenomena here. And for some different human and natural regions also. That is, cutting down of hills have increased the possibility of earthquake in Bangladesh. Results of earthquake or consequence of earthquake. A lot of changes and damages take place in the world due to earthquake. A direct or indirect consequence of earthquake can be occurred. So at a glance we can see an innumerable crack or dislocations are created in the earth crust because of earthquake. Follow within a few seconds a great hindrance can be occurred by the earthquake. Sometimes a river motion is changed or blocked. We know in the year 1787 the bed of the river rose up due to earthquake, that is the river Brahmaputra, and a new stream was created and it was named as the Jamuna. So for the earthquake we get the river Jamuna. Sometimes river motion is changed or blocked. Big ice pieces suddenly fall down from the hillsides and causes the heavy damages of the hills. The sea level gets down from the shore of the shaking of earthquake, and then the sea water falls out towards the shore in the form of waves arising at a height of 15 to 20 meters with horrible roar. We can see it is the tidal bore, and sometimes earthquake turns to tsunami. Because of the influence of earthquake, a horizontal side pressure on the surface of the earth persists, and consequently it gets contracted and makes different folds. Thus earthquake occurs. And sometimes a place at the bottom of sea gets up and forms islands in the sea. Because of earthquake, famine and devastating epidemic continue in the damaged area, for which a heavy loss of lives take place. Now we will know the steps to minimize the losses of earthquake. A correct forecast on any natural calamity may help to minimize the measure of destruction. Particularly, correct forecast on the origin of disasters, duration of staying, force limit, and the areas that may be victim by the same is very important. And the nature of earthquake is different from that of the other disasters. As we know, it takes place suddenly. We don't get any type of pre-forecasting report, but it continues momentarily and occurs within the interior of the earth, and within a few seconds a great loss happened. So we can take some steps to minimize the losses. While constructing any infrastructure anywhere, the soil should be tested by experts and the foundation of the structure should be made firm and strong. A safe distance should be maintained in between two constructions that must have several doors instead of one, and any multi-story buildings should possess emergency exits where necessary. Lines of electricity and gas should be maintained in faultless state, so regular monitoring is needed here. The furniture of the house should preferably be made of wood as much as possible. Heavy furniture is needed. So first make the plan before doing any type of construction, then test the soil, then do the constructions at a safe distance, maintaining the safe distance. Now, world earthquake prone regions. You know about the 7 continents and 5 oceans. And especially the virulence of earthquake is not the same all over the world. The earthquake prone zone chiefly be divided into 3 parts. Follow here: the regions extending over the Pacific Ocean, the regions extending over the Mediterranean or Himalayas, and the regions extending over the ridge of the Middle Atlantic Mediterranean Sea. Here follow the periphery or boundary of these oceans are more prone to occur the earthquake. Here, as we know, our country is situated in between the Indian and Eurasian plate, and here the Asia continent, and here is situated our country. So here the ridge extending over the Pacific Ocean, here the Pacific Ocean, and western part of North American plate, the Pacific Ocean. We can say earthquakes are mostly observed alongside the external periphery of the Pacific Ocean, and external within this region the Japan, Philippines, Chile, Aleutian Islands, etc. And regions of where earthquake occurred, the second zone, regions extending over the Mediterranean or Himalaya. The regions comprises of the part extending over the Aleppo or Alps mountain through the north bank of Mediterranean Sea. We know the southern part here of Europe, Mediterranean Sea, and northeastern part Mediterranean Sea. Here also earthquake occurs in this zone, and another one regions extending over the ridge of the Middle Atlantic Mediterranean Sea, that is the Middle Atlantic ridge along with the North, South and the Indian Oceanic ridge being conjointed have run into part of the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea in Africa. Besides these 3 main belts, the virulence of earthquake is also observed at some parts inside the surface of the earth and also at the pits of the oceans. What about the condition of Bangladesh? Now we will know the earthquake zones of Bangladesh. Follow the map of Bangladesh here. The red mark zone, it is the first high risk zone, zone 1. Yellow, it is the moderate risk zone, zone 2, and this green part, this is the low risk zone, zone 3 here. And our French engineering consortium drew a map mixed with earthquake belts of Bangladesh in the year 1989. It termed the first belt as, that is Mymensingh, Sylhet, Rangpur, Lalmonirhat, Kurigram, etc. These places are the high risk zone and terribly disturbing. And this second zone, moderate, Dinajpur, Dhaka, Kumilla, Panchgod, etc. This is dangerous zone. And the third low risk zone, Khulna, Jashore, Borishal, Patuakhali, etc. Venial or the Loghu or Halka, light. These belts are called seismic. Combinedly, these 3 belts are known as the seismic risk zone. So, causes of earthquake in Bangladesh. Previously, we learned that Bangladesh is situated adjacent to the plate margins of Indian and Eurasian plate, where devastating earthquakes have occurred in the past, and still now Bangladesh is seismically active. Here this map, here the northern part of Bangladesh, given the northern part, and the Dhauki fault, 150 km long, Madhupur fault, the Assam Sylhet fault, from the northeastern part, and the Chittagong Myanmar plate boundary fault. These also responsible to occur the earthquake in Bangladesh. Another one, as the northern part is drought prone area, and now we are using a lot of water from the underground for irrigation purpose. Here what happened? The decreasing tendency of the water under the land is also being counted as another main reason for earthquake. Then constructing large dams and buildings, drilling and injecting liquids into wells, coal mining and oil drilling the part, and many multi-storied buildings have been constructed without proper earthquake consideration. The preparation of Bangladesh in confronting risk of earthquake. So, no minimum preparation exists in Bangladesh to confront this topsy-turvy of any severe earthquake for its poor rescuing measures and capability. So, what we can do? The National Building Code should be used for constructing new buildings. Quality construction materials should be used to construct a building. That means cement, sand, the brick, this quality construction materials, iron rod, steel, etc. While constructing walls with bricks, no building should be built above 4-story height, and if a building is above 2-story height, an erect steel rod should be put in between the bricks at each corner, and an erect steel rod should be put in between each window or door too. If it is the tin shed building, what happened? The tin shed houses in the villages have hardly at risk because of the earthquake. So in order to increase the resistance force, brushing of wood or bamboo may be diagonally used to serve the purpose. Coating of walls by using ferro-cement may increase the resistance force if a building may further be made strong even after its construction work. Now the question, what is ferro-cement? Let's know the ferro-cement. What is the ferro-cement? Follow. It's a system of construction using reinforced mortar, plaster applied over an armature of metal mass, woven expanded metal or metal fibers, and closely spaced thin steel rods such as rebar. We can call it rebar, that is the steel bar or mesh of steel wire. The metal commonly used is iron or some types of steel. So we can make these types of figure. And wire mesh or cement mortar use. Ferro-cement is relatively new material consisting of wire meshes and cement mortar. And follow, what are the advantages of these ferro-cements? So by using this steel rod, making the net 20% savings on materials and cost, suitability for precasting, flexibility in cutting, drilling and jointing, very appropriate for developing countries, labor intensive, and good impermeability. Fabricated into any desired shape, and ease of construction, low weight and long lifetime, better resistance against earthquake. What we have to do during the time of earthquake? So as a part of the preparation of earthquake, one should do something. That is, firstly we have to come down, then we have, if we remain inside our home, what we have to do, and outside what we have to do during the time. Follow. When you are inside a structurally sound building or home, what we have to stay there. If possible, quickly open the door for exit, then duck under a study desk or table and hold on to it or protect your head with your arms. Stay away from glass windows, shelves, cabinets and other heavy objects. Beware of falling objects. Be alert and keep your eyes open. When you are outside or move to an open area, what you have to do is stay away from trees, power line posts and concrete structures. Move away from steep slopes which may be affected by landslides. If you are near the shore and feel an earthquake, especially if it's too strong, move quickly to higher grounds because tsunamis might follow. And if you are in a moving vehicle, what you have to do? First, you have to stop and get out. Don't attempt to cross bridges, overpasses or flyovers which may have been damaged. So, steps for earthquake preparedness. 7 steps follow here. Firstly, identify potential hazards in your home and begin to fix them. Then create a disaster preparedness plan. Then prepare disaster supply kits. That means you should keep a battery, turn radio and torchlight inside the house. Then identify your building's potential weaknesses and begin to fix them. Then protecting yourself during earthquake, jolting or shaking. This is the drop, cover and the hold on position. And after the earthquake, check the injuries and damage. And last of all, when safe, continue to follow your disaster preparedness plan for the next time. So let's see a video here from first to last how earthquake occur.
বন্ধুগণ, আমরা আজকে ভূমিকম্প নিয়ে কথা বলবো। ভূমিকম্প একটি প্রাকৃতিক বিপর্যয়। আমরা সবাই জানি আফগানিস্তানে 7.5 তীব্রতার যে ভূমিকম্পটি হয়েছিল, এটি একটি বিশাল বড় প্রাকৃতিক বিপর্যয় ছিল। ভূপৃষ্ঠ থেকে 213 কিলোমিটার গভীরে ভূমিকম্পের একটি কেন্দ্র ছিল এবং তার সাথে সাথে নেপালের ভূমিকম্পের কথাও আমরা শুনেছি। বিজ্ঞানীরা নিরন্তর প্রচেষ্টা চালিয়ে যাচ্ছেন ভূমিকম্পের আগাম পূর্বাভাস দেওয়ার জন্য বা অগ্রিম ইনফরমেশন দেওয়ার জন্য। এখন আমরা দেখে নেব ভূমিকম্পের উৎসস্থল বা ভূমিকম্পের কারণ কি। বহু গবেষণার পর বিজ্ঞানীরা যে সিদ্ধান্তে উপনীত হয়েছে সেটি হল অনেক বিলিয়ন ইয়ার্স আগে প্রচুর মেটেরিয়াল একসাথে জমা হয়ে পৃথিবী তৈরি হয়েছিল এবং ওর সাথে যে তাপশক্তি তৈরি হয়েছিল তার সাথে যে ভারী মেটেরিয়ালসগুলো, ভারী পদার্থগুলো সেটা পৃথিবীর কেন্দ্রের দিকে চলে গিয়েছিল এবং অপেক্ষাকৃত তুলনামূলক হালকা পদার্থগুলো পৃথিবীর উপরে চলে এসেছিল। এখন আমরা যদি পৃথিবীর পৃষ্ঠকে বা পৃথিবীর কেন্দ্র থেকে পৃষ্ঠ পর্যন্ত স্তর কল্পনা করি, সেটাকে 4টি স্তরে ভাগ করা যায়: ক্রাস্ট, ম্যান্টেল, আউটার কোর এবং শক্ত ইনার কোর। ইনার কোর এবং ম্যান্টেলের মধ্যে টেম্পারেচার ডিফারেন্সটা অত্যন্ত বেশি। এতই টেম্পারেচার থাকে ওখানে যেটা একটা কনভেকশন কারেন্ট তৈরি হয়, যেটা আমরা যখন জল গরম করি পাত্রে তখন দেখেছি। এই অত্যধিক কারেন্ট ফ্লো হওয়ার জন্য আমাদের যে পৃথিবীর নিচে ম্যান্টেলের ওখানে যে প্লেট রয়েছে, যেগুলোকে আমরা টেকটনিক প্লেটস বলি, সেগুলো ক্রমাগত সরতে থাকে বা কিছুটা এগিয়ে যায় বা পিছিয়ে আসে। আর সেটার জন্যই ভূমিকম্প হয়। এখন আমরা দেখে নেব যে প্লেটস, টেকটনিক প্লেটসগুলো যে লাইন বরাবর মুভ করে সেগুলোকে বলে ফল্ট লাইন। আর প্রতি বছরে ফিউ সেন্টিমিটার মুভ করে। এদের যে রেটটা সেটা বিজ্ঞানীরা পরীক্ষা করে দেখেছেন। কিন্তু কিভাবে না মুভ করে বা কিভাবে শক্তি নির্গত করে একটা পরীক্ষা করা যায়। একটা রাবার ব্যান্ডকে নিয়ে দুটো আঙুলের মধ্যে লাগিয়ে ক্রমাগত টানো এবং বাড়াও। এক সময় দেখা যায় রাবার বলটি ছেড়ে যায়, অর্থাৎ যে পটেনশিয়াল এনার্জি, স্থিতিশক্তি স্টোর হয়েছিল সেটা মুহূর্তের মধ্যে গতিশীল অবস্থাতে সৃষ্টি হয়। একইভাবে ইলাস্টিক ব্রেডেল যে টেকটনিক প্লেটসগুলো আছে, রকি প্লেটসগুলো, সেগুলো কিন্তু যখন সরে আসে, এক সময় এমন একটা আছে যে আর সরতে পারে না, তখন প্রচুর পরিমাণ শক্তি নির্গত হয় এবং তাপও নির্গত হয়, অর্থাৎ এনর্মাস এনার্জি তৈরি হয়, যেটা ভূমিকম্পের আকারে প্রকাশ পায়। যেটা ভুজে ভূমিকম্প হয়েছিল সেটা 40 টাইমস বেশি ছিল হিরোশিমাতে যখন নিউক্লিয়ার বোম ব্লাস্ট হয়েছিল। আর এই ভূমিকম্পের তীব্রতাটাকে বোঝানোর জন্য সেসমিক তরঙ্গ দৈর্ঘ্য, সেসমিক ওয়েভ বিজ্ঞানীরা ব্যবহার করেন। এরপরে ভূমিকম্পের পরে আবার প্লেটগুলো নিউট্রাল হয়ে যায়, কিন্তু আবার প্লেটগুলো আবার হয়ে পড়ে গতিশীল। যখন ফল্ট লাইন, অনেক ভূমিকম্প কিন্তু ফল্ট লাইন অনুসারে হয়ই না, যেমন লাটুরের ভূমিকম্প, এটা ফল্ট লাইনে হয়নি, এটা জাস্ট ধাক্কা খেয়ে হয়েছিল। অর্থাৎ আমরা বলতে পারি মেন ভূমিকম্পের প্রধান কারণ হল টেম্পারেচার ডিফারেন্স, যেটা আর্থের কেন্দ্র এবং ম্যান্টেলের ভিতর বিরাজ করে। আমরা পরের ভিডিওতে আমরা ভূমিকম্পের সম্পর্কে আরো ডিটেলস জানবো।
So, I think you have understand the occurrence of earthquake. So, my dear learners, as you are staying at home, stay safe at your home. And in this vulnerable situation, do the exercise properly, do meditation. During the daytime, take a nap, not go for deep sleep. When you feel bored, play with your pet or any type of toy and listen to music to get relief from the stress.